Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Grumman Pilot's YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about stripping and painting your Grumman. For whatever reason, here I threw through some heavy rain damage, whether you just want a new paint scheme. But, you know, we all have things that happen to our airplanes, and painting and getting your airplane stripped and all ready for it is something that needs to be done right. So let's talk a little bit about the process of what we're going to go through. We're going to look at the painting process of stripping our airplane, Bondo and repairs. We're going to clean it, acid etch it, allodyne it. Okay, here's what the maintenance manual says for the AA5 series. This is where the foil goes to protect our bond lines. Now, truth be told about the bond lines, I've run an experiment, Garn did an experiment, and Ken did an experiment where we put something in stripper for a year and it didn't delaminate, but we still follow the manual. So here's an airplane all stripped up. We're in the process of peeling off the paint before we begin to apply the stripper. And then once the stripper is applied to the airplane, it begins to work and the paint begins to bubble up. Now this is an old school stripper, not like the strippers you use today, which like the EFS 2500, environmentally friendly stripper. Fairly expensive, but you know what? You spray it on, you come back the next day, you pressure wash it off, and you're ready for the part of hand sanding. And then even after you strip the airplane, the foil you put on the glass and stuff is important. When you do repairs and stuff, now you can begin that process and do the process of finishing up. On my airplane, we had to replace some windows because some stripper got in under the foil, and there was a big discussion about who was going to pay for the windows. But anyway, now that we finished up with all the hand sanding on the bond lines that we had, now we're ready to take the pieces that we had, prepare them for being painted, and begin the process there with like the nose bowl and the spinner. And then we're going to move on to the other parts of the nose bowl, the front fork, and the hardware associated with that. And then once all of that's been painted and prepped and ready to go, now the aluminum has to be allodyne. And we spray the airplane after acid etching it and rinsing it in clear water. We allodyne it, and now we're ready for primer. And the process now is primer, paint the disassembled pieces, do the base coat, the stripes, and the numbers on the airplane. And we'll be wrapping this project up. So here's the primer going on. Notice how we've masked everything off accordingly. But the primer has to go on now if the allodyne is dry. At the same time, we're doing all of our plastic repairs. Those plastic pieces will be painted, and then they'll be put on the airplane in matching colors. Here we are working on the tail, laying out the stripe. The stripe is all laid out, and here are the colors after the stripe's all been laid out. So it's not too bad. And now, if you look at the airplane as a whole, when you're laying out the big pieces, you know, you're laying out the color for the big stripe and you're overshooting. Now you're going to come back and mask off where things need to go. These are things that any paint shop can help you with. At the same time, we decided to go with all new side windows, but not a new windshield. Here we have that black stripe you saw. Now we've got the red stripe in on it. And now that the red stripe is all in place, the numbers have been stenciled out, and now the numbers are on the airplane. And so it's really starting to finish up. Now we're going to reassemble the airplane, pull out in the daylight, take a final picture. This is what she looks like after she's all done. So if you're doing your airplane, we hope you found this useful and informative. Thanks for watching, and have a good day flying your Grumman. So here we hit another Easter egg for you to find. Enjoy, folks. Thanks for watching.